Hey there, you showed up, and we're here together to paint for 15 or 20 minutes, getting things out of our heads and onto paper, because that's where it belongs, someplace else, back to the place wherever it came from. Hi there, I'm Samaj. This is Creating with Samaj, and every day we show up for 15 or 20 minutes to paint and just to see what shows up on the page. We always start with Canson XL, Praying Oval 16. It's available for most folks, easy and accessible. So let's go ahead and open up, see what shows up today. We are in our coloring book phase, it seems. We're being me, I, myself, me, myself, and I, the three of us, involved in the coloring book phase. And what makes that fun is that we get to create our own story. I was talking to a person about this the other day, and she said that could be a delight. You could have a different narrative every single day, and then over time create a whole story. And then she just went off on it because she's a creative like that. So I thought that was pretty fun. Her thoughts and ideas about it. Yes, a landscape seems to be what it's going to be. But you know what? Landscapes are fun. For some reason maybe because they're easy, I'm not sure. They feel easy. Maybe they're not easy. But they certainly have an ease about them for me that always makes it feel yeah, that looks good. Interesting. Who knows what will show up? We'll see. Every day we get a chance and an opportunity to be creative together. Showing up, seeing what we can do in the time we're together. There's no instruction, there's no right way or wrong way to do anything that you do, and maybe you're not doing landscapes. Maybe you are doing something completely and totally different, and I love that. I love that you are embracing whatever creativity shows up for you, and however that creativity shows up for you. Maybe it's drawing, maybe it's painting, maybe it's doing things with clay or phyllo dough. No, not phyllo dough. Somebody's hungry. You know, that clay. Maybe it's phyllo clay, I'm not sure. It's that polymer clay that people play with and do beautiful things with. I always crack myself up sometimes. You know, it's important to be your own best friend. When you spend so much time with you and every place you go you're there, it's good to know that person, but it's astonishing how many people don't know the person they spend all their time with. How many people lose parts of that person along the way and disconnect from who they thought they were. And that's one of the reasons we show up here, is to reconnect with that part of our authentic selves, because doing so gets us back to the beginning, maybe the starting point, perhaps. I don't know, but I certainly know that it causes our brains and us to function and think in a different way when we have the ability to express ourselves through art. Somebody's trying to get in. You see, if one comes in, then all of them come in, and then they start playing, and there's a whole bunch of noise that will be involved. So I apologize for that moment of step away. Being your own best friend is so important. And, you know, it's taken a long time. No, not necessarily. I think I've always been my own best friend, but it has taken me a few years to really appreciate and cherish that friendship. It is a friendship that is valuable to me and important to me. And I honor that friendship by being present for conversations and play and experience that broadens me and those parts of me. So I encourage you to find out details about that friend that you are to yourself. And if you haven't developed a relationship with that part of you, because, you know, wherever you are there, I think it's a good thing to learn to develop. Get to know, what is that person like? Have you taken yourself on a date lately? In the book by Julia Cameron, The Artist Within, she talks about taking yourself out on a date, going someplace unexpected, different, even dressing up for it, and just, you know, being present and having the opportunity to enjoy the presence of that individual. And taking yourself on a date can be a lot of fun. Doing things that are unexpected, sharing parts of yourself with yourself, discovering new things about you that you didn't know, maybe either through experience or through opportunity. I don't know. There's so much that can happen on a date. And it can be a lot of fun. But you have to give yourself permission. You have to give yourself permission. Introduce yourself, maybe. Maybe it's been a while since you've really spent time with yourself, with that person. Ask yourself a few questions. Figured out what you want. You know, The Artist Way is a great book. And I believe that she just came out with another one for those that are in transition in their lives, or those that have retired or are wondering what's next, maybe those after the age of 60. And it just gives you a nice way to frame the future. They say that lots of famous people have done her book and have gotten rewarded greatly in life for taking the time. She asks to do morning pages and then take yourself on a date and really get to know that part of yourself that's important to know. And it's delightful to hear all of the success stories of all the people that have done so well with her teachings and what she shared. So I encourage you, if you are looking for something, if you are looking for direction in your life, if you are looking for an opportunity, you know, I think Julia Cameron sets a really lovely framework for understanding how to maybe get to where you want to go, right? Maybe her roadmap is just really, really good and has a good directive. I know I appreciated reading her book so many years ago. Keeps running in and out. so it's okay. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope you spend time with yourself. I mean, I appreciate us being together, but you spending time with yourself, what a gift that would be. Getting to know that person, discovering new things about that individual, rediscovering parts of yourself. Maybe there was an artist in you. Maybe there was somebody in you that wanted to achieve something. You kind of put it on the back burner. Maybe this is the year to investigate what that was and to maybe see if it's possible. See if it's something that you can do. And maybe it's not on a big scale. Maybe it's on a small scale. Maybe it's just in your community or in your neighborhood or in your circle, or maybe you're going to broaden your circle. Maybe it's going to get more expansive this year, bigger than it's ever been before. And with that expansion in your circle, you will meet new people and gain new opportunities, and exciting new things will happen. And, because you've given yourself permission to go out, play, and see what can show up for you. We have to engage this year, I believe. We have to figure out our friendship with ourselves. I think when we do that, we are going to start discovering things about ourselves that we forgot. And in that, we're also going to maybe reconnect with an old friend. And I think reconnecting with old friends is often a nice thing to do. Always and often a nice thing to do. Sometimes it's hard connecting with old friends, especially if you've moved so far beyond them that you have nothing in common anymore. Which is understandable, because we all grow, we all change, we all become different people. But that allowing of that space, maybe you don't have anything in common at all with those people anymore, and that's okay. That's okay. We can still honor that idea and see how our own growth and how we've become different. I have to say, these are so fun to do. I never know what's going to show up. Literally, I never know what's going to show up. And as we come to our finishing today, I want to invite you to rekindle that friendship with yourself if you haven't already. Figure out who is that person, especially that child within you. It's so easy for us to make friends when we're kids, and it gets so much harder as adults. So maybe go and rekindle that friendship with that little one that you knew back in the day, and see what that little one wants to do now that you're grown up and you have more permission and more accessibility to do more things with and for it, because that just makes life more fun. So thank you as always for being part of this adventure of us growing and learning together and seeing what we can do. It's always an adventure. Thank you for taking the time to take the time today. I trust that you find time to befriend yourself. Discover that little person and what they want to do and what excites them and what adventures they're waiting for. And if that is something that you choose not to do, that's okay too. I'm just glad you're here with me, creating every single day. I'm Samaj. This is Creating with Samaj. Thank you for taking the time. Wherever you are, I trust you have an amazing day. And until then,